Family, thanks so much for joining me. So, I wanted to bring you another reading. This is a timeless reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest, of course. Um, you can also use this as a manifestation reading. All you need to do is claim this as your own. Um, I get my information from God and from the Holy Spirit. I don't use any other sources or cards or anything. Um, so, use your discernment. If you'd like to work with me on astrology readings, other types of readings, fun flame stuff, and much more, spiritual healing, my information is in the description below. All right, y'all, let me go in. So, um, one thing that I wanted to talk with you about is divine feminine is feeling the effects of Mercury and retrograde. Now, Mercury comes into retrograde the 26th, February 26th, 2026, to 2626. Maybe the repeating number might be significant for you. You could look up that number, 2626, and see if it means anything to you. But Mercury coming into retrograde comes with a lot of things, and I think it's going to be funny to you collective that when it does come into retrograde, it's going to be like um, it's everything works out in your favor. So, for example, with Mercury in retrograde, there are a lot of areas that it affects. So, for instance, it affects communication. So, there might be um, for some couples, unfortunately, for some, it's going to be arguments, fights, it's going to be breakups, excuse me. That I know I saw that shaking. Sorry about that, but there's going to be, for some people, communication issues, and it's actually going to work in your favor. So you might get a text message that you read as one thing and it means something else, but it turns out to be something positive for you collective. Um, or it might be, this person that sent it to you meant for it to be one way, you interpreted it another way, but it turns out in your favor. And it could be that you misunderstood something that someone said to you, but that turns out to be positive for you, or something that you said someone else interpreted wrong, but it turns out it was positive and it was actually what was meant. So you might have an issue, as funny as it may sound, like you might have an issue with learning new things, and you're thinking, why do I feel like I'm so dense at this time? And it might be because there are certain things that you benefit from not knowing right now, because it might actually hurt your feelings, and it might actually um, interfere with something that you really want to do, as far as like taking chances. Say this might be a great time for love, and you might have so much love coming into your life and so many different options for love coming into your life. And um, so it might be something positive that you're not knowing. For example, if someone did something, you don't know what they did, because then you keep your heart open and a totally new person comes in before you learn anything about the negative things someone did to you in the past. And this can mean that, of course, you have great opportunity. The person is really kind and sweet. For some of you collectively do have new love coming in, so they're kind and sweet, they're loyal, they're a great communicator, they're loving, they're gentle, they want to spoil you, they want to buy you gifts, they want to take you place, they want to do stuff for you, they want to take you on a trip, and maybe the two of you are going to end up getting married soon, or it might have already happened for you, or might be happening now, but you might end up getting married or engaged soon. You might end up going on an amazing, fabulous honeymoon somewhere that you've always wanted to go. Your wedding might be on a beach or in a beautiful place that you really wanted to be. And you're saying, you definitely want this. you want to go to this place, you want to experience this thing, and it wouldn't have been possible if you would have been paying any attention to whatever that negative experience was that you had in the past. So as far as learning, it can work out in your favor. Communication can work out in your favor. And, there may be gossip for some of you in your life, or someone might be trying to talk behind your back, or someone that you know, but it might turn out in your favor that you might not learn about that until much later. So it doesn't interfere with any of your friendships or relationships, or it could be that you're, seeing issues with leadership crumbling. Maybe, we might see leadership on a larger scale, the foundations crumbling and new leadership rising. And for you, this might mean that other leadership is leaving and you might be stepping into a new leadership role, or you might have gotten a promotion, or you might have ended up buying out a company, or like becoming the CEO or vice president, or chief financial officer, or chief operating officer, or something like that. Things could fall in your favor, when it comes to leadership stuff. um, Collective, you might also see like this person that's, the new love coming in, that they might not say all the things that they want to say to you at this moment, because they're afraid and they're thinking, well, she misunderstand me or he misunderstand me. Take it, of course, as it resonates, because we all have masculine and feminine energy inside us. And so it might be that it's your masculine, your feminine, but that they're saying they don't want to talk to you right now. And it's a good thing, because they didn't tell you this thing. They told you at the perfect time, and it ended up being perfect timing for you to be able to receive it, understand, and fully, step into union with this person. But it's the right time for both of you when it happens. It might be issues with, say, transportation, and maybe say you have an issue with your car. If, like in the past, someone has gotten a flat tire, and then the person that stops ends up being the person that they marry in the future, or the person that they introduce, like the person introduces them to the person that they end up marrying. Or it could be issues with travel. Your flight had to be rerouted, and you end up running into this person that you fall in love with, or they introduce you to your husband or wife. Take it as it resonates. So it can be that. It can be, um, all of these things that are affected by Mercury and retrograde can be things that fall in your favor. But it is, important that you allow that, embrace it, be open to it, be excited, feel good as much as possible, for as long as possible. And I know for some of you, you say, well, this and that, these situations are here, and this is why you don't feel bad. Being happy, just keep working on this, because it is a mindset shift. For example, if I ask you, like, what's one of the best experiences that you had in school or college or grad school or whatever, and you would immediately probably start smiling and saying, oh, this one time we all went out, we had a good time, or we had a birthday party, or we had this, road trip, and we were all flat broke, but we ended up going somewhere and we had such an amazing time. And at that time, like, you thought this was the best time of your life. But just think about this, like right now, you might think this is the worst time of your life, but you have so much more, like financially, materially, than you had at that time. And you are so happy. Why? Because it was a mindset shift. It was a state of mind that you were in. And just keep in mind, all these things that are happening with Mercury can fall in your favor, and you can end up having so many amazing things coming your way and happening to you. Um, so, collective, you've been glowing up lately as well, and that has been an amazing thing. People have been watching you, they've been jealous of you, sometimes envious, and they've been saying they wish that this stuff was happening to them. Um, but, excuse me, it's meant to happen to you. This may be a time, for you to not be out so much, because Mercury stays in retrograde, excuse me, from February 26th to March 20th. And so I would give it a week around the 20th and around the 26th. So it may have already started happening, affecting the things around it, people, situations, circumstances, and all that stuff. So just be mindful. This may be a good time for you to stay in, to kind of relax, kind of just do some stuff inside so that you don't go out, get into arguments. There's miscommunication, there's issues, that you might say stuff that you didn't mean to say, or you might misunderstand something someone else says. So just keep in mind, these things are important. I don't want to make the video too long because I want to um, let you guys go. I want to thank you again for joining me. Of course, watch, read, listen to things that are going to lift you up. Surround yourself with people, and energies that are going to be great, that are going to be positive. Um, and of course, as always, happy lightning fast manifesting. And I'm going to make y'all another video soon. All right. I will talk to you soon. Love y'all. Bye for now.